Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to welcome you here inside of Keith Stutheit Gymnasium in Worland, Wyoming, home of the Braves. We've been here multiple times. Like we said earlier during our announcement post, this is one of our favorite places in the state of Wyoming to be. Of course, you know what takes priority over that. But it's great to be back here in Worland as the classic little rivalry series here between the Thermopolis Bobcats and the Worland Braves. The only non-conference opponent that will be playing a home and away series against the Bobcats this season. As always, I'd like to welcome you all in here on YouTube. This game streaming live to you for free. Of course, we also wish our 7th graders luck back home in Thermopolis over at Donald T. Simpson Gymnasium, as the 7th graders will take on the Braves as well. The two teams will swap sides at the end, toward the end of the season. 7th graders will be playing here in Worland. We'll stay behind for the 8th graders in Thermopolis in November. We were experimenting with some settings here with our camera. We figured out how to make the quality a little bit better. Hopefully you guys can see it on the stream. I think the FPS is probably a little bit slower, but I guess that's the price you pay for a sharper image. And we are underway for the tip-off. The 8th grade A game underway. Oh, and something's not right with our camera. So we'll just have to try to get that all sorted out. But shot is up on the right side. This one's going to go out of bounds. That is so funny. I don't know why that's doing that. We are fixing that right now. There we go. That's better. Inbound up the left side. Shot is up and in. The Braves will be the first ones to score. And I do believe that was number 14, Carly George, the first one to score for the Braves. Bobcats hounded at the midcourt line here down the right side. Takes the shot up on the right side, up and in. Annabelle Wire, the first one to score. So we're catching up on points there. We apologize. Takes the shot from way beyond the arc. That one's up, no good on the left side. Takes the rebound up the right side. That one's up and in. Very quick scores to start the game. That last basket scored by the number 11 of Sophia Beamer. Down the right side, shot, rolling on the rim, up and in. A very entertaining basket there for the Bobcats. Couldn't catch the score, though, and now I have a good feeling Worland and the Bobcats are going to trade blow for blow here. Worland on the offensive attack. They're going to keep that one in. Great effort, though, by Sophia Beamer to try and keep that one in, but it looks like it's going to go back to the Bobcats. It's always a treat when these two teams face off. Worland is no longer in the same conference as us at the high school level for volleyball and basketball, so this is about as good of a this is about as close as they're going to get to seeing each other ever. Well, really ever again. They have only one more game against each other. As this is their 8th grade year, provided Worland doesn't schedule Thermopolis for a one-off during the varsity season, which I totally think that they totally should do what Wyoming's trying to do with Colorado State and do like a protected opponent thing, right? I think Thermopolis and Worland should be guaranteed at least one matchup at the high school level. And I think if Worland ever gets moved back up to 3A for football, that should be the case as well. Down the right side, picks up the dribble, shot is up and gets it to go. Bounced in off the 23 of Harper Hart. 6-4 here. Bobcats and Warriors, well-oiled teams, and that's up on the right side. Big contact. Well, you can probably expect a little bit of contact. I noticed at the girls' level, they are a lot more physical than the boys. I don't know if that's just something that I've observed, but it's even worse considering the two teams on the floor, the relationship these two schools have on the court. First free throw is up and no good. By the way, Thermopolis is the first one to go to the free throw line today. I'm trying to get the number of who is at the line. First sub of the day looks to be, I think this is Ashlyn Torres coming in if my eyes don't deceive me. Yep, that is a number 20 We had to get Torres' name last minute. She was not on the roster that was provided to us by Worland Middle School. That one's up and in to make it a 1-point game. And it's up to Worland whether or not they want to take this momentum and run with it here. Down the near side, picks up on the wing, now takes the shot from the elbow. It's up and banks it in. What a shot there for the Braves. And if I said Warriors at any point, I do apologize. And Bobcats need to tighten up more on defense here. Worland has scored on every possession, I think, except for one so far. Thermopolis has also scored on all their possessions in one way or another. Not all of them have been two-pointers. Gets it out to the corner. It's last touch there by the 20 of Torres. That'll bring up a inbound here on the, I assume this is the north side of the gym. I need to just invest in a compass. They'll throw this one in. Not a very good throw in there. Intended there for the 21. And has her stopped inside the 8th grade volleyball court. Steps back under the wing. Now they'll drive. Ball is loose. Out of bounds, and it looks like this is going to go back to the Bobcats. Harper Hart was the one that pass was intended for there for the Braves. They'll pass this one in. Peyton Vargas on the inbound. She'll give it in to Sylvana DeVries. Also, before we forget, today's game brought to you by Kirby Consulting, your elite oil field professional since 2014. Here they go down the middle. That's going to be overshot and into the wall. But yeah, Kirby Consulting back on for the basketball season. Girls and boys middle school, as well as we believe high school, but we'll double check. But great to have them back on as a sponsor. If you want to get involved, just get in contact with us through Facebook or through email or text. Passing it to the right side, very risky there. DeVries trying to get rid of it. She'll get up to the far side, and I'm noticing a lot more fluid play here from this 8th grade team compared to what we've seen the previous couple of games. Shot is up from beyond the arc, no good. You can definitely tell they're working on the bravery there with those shots. Shot is up, gets it in on the right side. Mabry Schwann. And the star of the A team so far has been Schwann. She got player of the game on her birthday against the Rocky Mountain Grizzlies. Shot is up and it's in, big contact. Number 23, I want to say, Harper Hart, drives through the contact and gets the basket to go with it. She'll have free throws here as well, or a free throw. Chance to make this a 2-score game, a little bit more even for the Bobcats. Oh. And so we're waiting on that free throw here, just waiting for them to get their stuff sorted there. 10-7 is your score. Shot is up and can't get it to go. Rebounded by the Bobcats. Vargas on the rebound for Thermopolis. They're having a lot of trouble getting it out of the backcourt. They'll advance past the line, up through the middle, has the shot, it's up and it's in! 10-9. And this has been a game that we have not seen from the Bobcats yet all season. Down the left side, a little bit of a hole in the defense. That one's up and swatted out of bounds. Easily the most entertaining first quarter we've seen from the Bobcats at any level, A, B, or C, all season. And they're getting better, definitely, in a rapid way. Gets it inside here. 23 on the inbound, Harper Hart. Down the right side, shot is up, can't get it to go. Almost got it there, number 20 on the shot. And it looks like they're going to get the Bobcats on an offensive violation. That's going to go back up to the Braves. I keep wanting to say the Warriors. I apologize. Worland just needs to do what Lovell did and change to the Warriors. Down the right side, shot is up, and that's going to be in, number 23. And it looks like the Bobcats will use their first timeout, 12-9. A very entertaining game here in the 8th grade A game. We'll be right back in just a moment. You're watching 8th grade girls basketball on Two Basins Sports Network, the future of the Bobcats, on the voice of the Bobcats. I'd like to welcome you back here inside of Keith Stutheit Gymnasium on the campus of Worland Middle School, home of the Braves. Well, the Bobcats very close here. If they can just get a couple more good defensive stops and then score on offense, they'll be golden here. Now remember how they almost blew that game to the Grizzlies just on Saturday. They're going to need to try, and then offensively was their problem. Their defense has been solid. Case in point right there. That one's stolen away, and that one's stolen right on back. Bounce pass underneath the basket. Shot is up, gets it to go. Bobcats cannot afford to panic here. They need to try and score by any means necessary. Down the far side, up near the scorer's table, picks it up, pivots. And it's going to be tipped out toward the far side. It looks like they're going to call a foul here. And it looks like we got a Bobcat coming in here on the sub. Number 32. Is that Bailey Bears? Yeah, I think that is. They're going to get ready to inbound. Gets up toward the table. Annabelle Wire with it. Tries to spin out of it, and she does. Going up through the middle. Loses possession of the ball. Very good attempt, but well, her teammate's going to help her out there and swipe it out. Sydney Eplin. Annabelle Wire and Sydney Eplin, usually on the B team during the ABC contest, getting their chance to start here in the A game. Shot is up from three-point range off the top of the backboard. Worland on the offensive rebound. They'll pass that one back up. A little bit of a hairy pass there to Harper Hart, but she'll find a way back into the lane. Shot is up, a foul, and count it. So it looks like it'll be 16-9 as a result. The Bobcats need to settle in just a little bit. Free throw coming up here for the 23 of Harper Hart. Shot is up and can't get it to go. Rebounded there by Eplin, and there's going to be a tie-up down in the paint. Looks like they're going to keep this one going Bobcat way. Looks like we got another sub coming on. The 15 of Peyton Vargas coming on for Bailey Bears. And looks like the Braves are also going to call a timeout on top of that. So we'll be right back here in just a moment. 16-9. Thermopolis trying to find their way back as they're down by 7 here on the road. 8th grade A team coming back when we come back here on Two Basins Sports Network. Well, Worland, the first one's out of the timeout after they called the timeout. I'd like to welcome you back inside of Stutheit Gymnasium on the campus of Worland Middle School, home of the Braves. Both teams have used the timeout, and we've forgotten to take those off the board. But both teams at 4 apiece here left in this A game. As the Bobcats will go for the inbound, Vargas going to try to go broadcast side, and Worland playing a press. Going to go by the near side. Vargas finds a hole down the near side. Passes it left, takes the shot. It's up and can't get it to go. Shot was taken by the 35 of Jenny Daramidi. Down left side, takes the shot up and no good. Out of bounds it goes, and back to the Bobcats it goes. 58 seconds remain in the opening quarter here in Worland. That one goes through. Sylvana DeVries down the left side. Shot is up, can't get it, or gets it to go. A 9-point game here in Worland. Thermopolis has to calm down. And a foul down there on the broadcast side of the court. Nora Kaiser getting a little aggressive down there, trying to get the ball away. And a lot more fans starting to spill in here. This place can hold quite a bit. These bleachers are pretty big, and yet only bottom half is full. Picks it up. Double teamed here. Has to try and get away from it. Now passes to the near side. Probably going to end up with the 8-second if she can't get there, and she will not get there in time. 10-second violation on the Bobcats. This will go back to the Braves. And Thermopolis, a lot of defensive breakdowns here today. The offense, when they've gotten opportunities at the basket, they've taken them, but the defense has got a lot of holes in it right now. And that's going to go up through the middle, and they're going to have to fall on this one. This will probably be a jump ball, and it is. But the Bobcats have got to try to be more aware of what's going on underneath the basket. They're doing just fine protecting the arc. But the problem lies underneath that basket. They have a couple people guarding it, but they're kind of unaware of what's going on in the corner of their eye. They're just letting by some pretty easy layups here. That's going to be tipped away by the 13 of Annabelle Wire. Like I said, the offense, when they have gotten opportunities, there have been a couple of turnovers today, but I think they can try to clean that up in the huddle here at the end of the quarter. But they've gotten a lot of their field goals today. Shot is up on the left side. That's exactly what I'm talking about there as they get by Annabelle Wire. What the heck is my camera doing? My camera is like got a mind of its own. So we're going to try to fix that. I don't know why my camera is doing what it's doing. And Worland with a shot underneath the left side of the basket. Gets the offensive rebound. It's up and it's in. I think we got the problem resolved now. This is a camera that kind of just does what it does, I guess. But we've missed 4 points as well as a result. I don't know why it's freaking the heck out, but that's definitely not a good thing. We'll be right back in just a moment. You're watching middle school girls basketball, 22-9 at the end of the first. We'll be right back from Stutheit Gymnasium in Worland, Wyoming. Well, I know Halloween's coming up, but this is a little bit ridiculous that we got a haunted camera. It's for a little bit of reference, by the way. This is apparently controlled by AI to help keep track of objects and stuff, but it's kind of doing whatever it wants. It was working just fine in Thermopolis, and now it's not wanting to do anything. So we got a haunted camera, folks. I don't know what to tell you. I'm trying to get things changed here. So we'll just, while I'm trying to tame the camera, big tip there by the 5 of Sylvana DeVries. I never thought I would ever. I did not foresee this happening. Oh my God, what the heck, man. Okay, we're gonna stop. So there's free throws coming up here for Worland. Come on, please, just focus on the court for the love of God. This is gonna make every blooper reel. Shot is up and it is in, by the way. 25-9. We've missed a couple of scores. This is not happening. Shot is up and gets it to go. And they're going to go down the near side. Tries to take it to the left side. Shot is up. Cannot get it to go there. Also a foul to go with it. Shoot. Okay. So coming up past the timeline. Looks like they're going to call a charge here on the Braves. This is going to go right on back. Can you please just not? There, I unplugged it. Let's plug it back in. So, good Lord. So a steal here for the Braves. We are so sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what the heck is going on. I'm going to try to describe this as best I can, though. Down left side off of the 12, and this is going to be Mabry Schwann on the shot attempt, up and no good. God, this is great. This is fun. I think we got it back to normal. I think we're good now. We're good. Yay, no more haunted camera. Now I can get back to doing my job. I don't know what the heck that was all about. Like I said, I know Halloween is like what, on Friday, but this is ridiculous. Bobcats will get ready to inbound here. Now giving up to Sylvana DeVries. Picks up the dribble, now goes to the near side. Very risky, but gets it to Peyton Vargas. Moving up to the right side, up to the elbow, bounce pass and a foul. I'm kind of wondering how many people got a little bit of a chuckle out of that as that was happening, by the way. I mean, I admit it's a little funny, but it's also very unfortunate. Thought I turned off the setting for it to, because I know that it's supposed to track an object, it's supposed to latch onto a person and track its face, which I guess it was trying to do that there, but I thought I turned that off. Go up to the right side, it's up and out of bounds, but I unplugged it and it looks like everything's okay, so hopefully we won't have any more, hopefully Casper the Friendly Ghost stops screwing with my camera for the rest of the night. 4:07. Okay, so we haven't done this all quarter. Today's game brought to you by Kirby Consulting, your elite oil field consulting professional since 2014. Kirby Consulting is a proud sponsor of Bobcat basketball on Two Basins Sports Network. Inbound inside, a very congested baseline there. The Braves having to try and get an easy basket there on the left side. Just doesn't work out the way that they expected there. 4 minutes to go in the second quarter, by the way. Got a sub here for the Braves, number 11, Sophia Beamer checking back into the game. 26-9, in case you're just tuning in. It was a very close contest. Both teams trading blow for blow. Bobcats, unfortunately, have lost a little bit of confidence. That one's up and no good, and a foul to go with it. Looks like this is going to go back to the Bobcats, though. So an offensive foul for the Braves. So great defense there by the Bobcats. Can they keep this going? They'll bring it up past the timeline. DeVries has to heave it there to the 32 of Bears. This is going to go back to the Braves. And things going from bad to worse. They'll go down the left side. Bounce pass. Loose ball picked up by DeVries. DeVries to the far side, picks up the dribble. Throws up to the far side, and out of bounds it goes. This one's going back to the Braves. 3:39 to go in the opening quarter. Looks like there was a timeout called, so we'll take a quick breather, and we'll be right back. I do believe it was Worland on the timeout, so we'll be back. Talking back here inside of Worland Middle School, home of the Braves, here at Keith Stutheit Gymnasium. Our opening the camera is a little bit sharper for you guys. We played around with some settings before the game, and there is an extra resolution that we could put the camera in, so that's always really nice. It takes up a little bit more resources, but it looks like my laptop hasn't exploded yet. 26-9 here in this game. The Worland Braves on top. I forgot to change the quarter, by the way. We apologize for that. 3:39 to go in the second. I have a button. I don't have to edit the text anymore. I could just press a button that changes the quarter, and I still forgot to. Shot is up from the left side for Vargas. That one's up no good, and it's going to be a big fight for the ball. Getting in there very aggressively, Jenny Taramidi. Yeah, man, you gotta appreciate the aggressiveness, though. The referee had to whistle it dead about 3 times there. So Worland will actually be getting the ball back off the jump ball. Number 11, Sophia Beamer, inbound it for the Braves. Okay, brings it up past the timeline, has her back turned, tries to spin by, tries to take a shot. It's up and no good. And they're going to try to heave this one to the right side, smother them there, and it's going to be up and in, practically uncontested as she falls to the floor. And this is not the Bobcat defense that we were spoiled by in 2024. They really need to work, before that Burlington game especially, they need to work on some of their defensive stuff. Try and get some of their guards up there underneath the basket, try and get them to have their head on a swivel if they're going to keep playing a zone defense, which Bobcats kind of don't have really that much of a choice but to play his zone. You could definitely see the size difference between the two teams, but if they're going to play zone, they need to be able to get these guys to keep an eye on their little circle that they're defending. And it's just, the Bobcats are getting blown by a lot. They're not keeping in front of their man very well, especially underneath the basket. That's going to be up to the far side, picked up toward the scorer's table, and a push foul there for the 22 of Nora Kaiser. 28-9 still. Thermopolis, I don't believe, has scored all quarter. Remember, they put up a ton of points. It was 10-9, I believe, about halfway through that first quarter, but yeah, it's definitely changed since then. Bobcats have burnt themselves out. Bailey Bears, I believe this is with the ball on the left side, takes the shot, almost got it to go, and out of bounds it goes. Into the game is Mackenzie Jones, another 6th grader. This is basically the A team for the 6th graders, the A team for the A team for the C team, basically. That were invited up here to Worland with the 8th graders. You'll probably see them again in Thermopolis in November. Jump ball down there inside the 8th grade volleyball line, also inside the paint. That's going to go back to the Bobcats. 2 minutes and 3 seconds to go in the second quarter here in this 8th grade A game. 2 minutes to go as they come up across toward the volleyball line. Now gets it up to Bears on the far side. And she has room to run. Takes the shot. It's up and it's in. The Bobcats break the seal here in the second quarter with a Bailey Bears layup. And that's going to go sailing out of bounds, and Worland a little shaken here. They will call a timeout. David Villa will use another timeout, so we're going to take a quick breather, and we're going to be right back from inside of Worland Middle School. Worland on what I believe is their third called timeout. 28-11 here from Stutheit Gymnasium here on the campus of Worland Middle School. .139 to go here in the second quarter. We'd like to welcome you back inside of Keith Stutheit Gymnasium on the campus of Worland Middle School. I highly doubt I'm pronouncing that correctly. We had 2 games here from WMS last year. We had the girls and the boys, and I pronounced that both games. I pronounced it that way both games, and haven't had anyone say anything to me otherwise. So Thermopolis going to inbound. They are starting to turn on the Jets on the defensive end of the ball here. Bailey Bears also broke the seal for the Bobcats here in the second. They were scoreless through the first 6 minutes of the quarter up until she was able to get that basket. Wire gives it up to Bears. She'll go to the left side and diving to the baseline and out of bounds. And that's going to go right on back to the Braves. They'll pass this one in. She'll come up across the timeline uncontested. Bobcats have not been pressing. They've been focusing more on keeping their men here at home. Goes in behind the arc, passes right side, now drives to the basket, takes the shot, two-hander up and in for Harper Hart. And Worland will break into the 30s territory here. And they're going to try to inbound this before the violation is called. Clock still running, under a minute to go in the half. They're going to need to make some serious adjustments here if they want to get back into this game. Down the near side, picks up the dribble, passes left side, lets her blow by. Shot is up and rattles in for Sophia Beamer. And again, what I'm talking about, the Bobcats just letting them on through. And that one's tipped, stolen away there. Number 22, Nora Kaiser, in on the steal. Now here comes Harper Hart with the shot up and no good. Trying to rip it away, and a jump ball as Nora Kaiser was down there trying to rip it away from the Bobcats. Now here comes Sophia Beamer up to the baseline to try inbound. Worland will keep possession. They're going to send Sylvana DeVries off of the floor here. Bounce pass inside, takes the shot up and in for Harper Hart. And she's got the bulk of the points today for the Braves. 13 seconds to go. Up past the timeline, back turned. Gets it up to Bailey Bears on the back door. Bears nowhere to go, 2 seconds to shoot. And will not get anything off in time, and that is going to conclude the first half of action here in the 8th grade A game as the Braves lead 34-11. And a lot of work needs to be done here between now and the start of the third quarter. And we'll be right back from inside of Stutheit Gymnasium here in Worland. Once again, Braves lead a half, 34-11. We'll be right back. You are watching middle school basketball on Two Basins Sports Network. The future of the Bobcats here on the Voice of the Bobcats. We'll be back in about 8 minutes or so for the start of the second half. Let's welcome you back here inside of Keith Stutheit Gymnasium, home of the Worland Braves, as the Bobcats and the Braves get set to take the court once again. We'd like to welcome you back. Third quarter about ready to start. Braves currently lead this 8th grade A game 34-11. Keep in mind, coming up after this, we got the B game coming up for you. Some people on the roster that have not gotten a chance to play yet will get a chance to in the next game. Inbound coming for Harper Hart, who was kind of our player of the half. She scored the bulk of the points for the Braves in that first half. We expect the same out of her in the second. This will go out of bounds, and this one will go back to the Bobcats. I'd like to remind you today's game brought to you by Kirby Consulting, your elite oil field consulting professional since 2014, serving the Western Plains and the Rockies. Kirby Consulting is a proud sponsor of TMS Basketball on Two Basins Sports Network. Down the right side they go. That one's up and in. 36-11. And with that, Worland starting off hot, as we expected them to here in the half. Driving up top here. This is going to be Vargas. She'll pick up the dribble. Now gets up behind her to Eplin. This one's tipped and stolen away down the far side. Lobs it over. This is going to be a big rush to the near side to get it. Passing it left side up top. Now driving toward the elbow. Now to the wing. Skip pass over to the left side of the key. Shots up. Can't get it to go. Annabelle Wire trying to get a hold of it. Instead, I believe that was Eplin that got a hold of it there for the Bobcats. She'll try to pass right side to Wire. That one's tipped, stolen away again. And wide open down the right side. That one's up contested. Grabs her own rebound. Shots up, can't get it to go the second time. Third time is the charm, though. 38-11, Worland on top here. And just a lot of things I think that they need to work on, mostly defensively, but also clean up the turnovers as well. If they can keep the ball in their hands, they do go to the basket, get results. That is up no good there. And offensively, we know that the A team had some glaring flaws in that game against Rocky, and they're kind of coming to the light here. Shot is up, can't get it to go. That one underneath the basket, that's up and way out of bounds. And as it is swatted out, volleyball style by Sydney Eplin, that is going to stay with the Braves. Checking out of the game will be Peyton Vargas. I think checking in is going to be Jenny Daramidi. So we'll give her a little bit of playing time here. I think we'll probably see more of her in the B game as well. Shot is up and contested. Number 23, Harper Hart again on the basket. Clock still running. Bears will inbound here, 40-11. Picks up the dribble, now goes near side. Bears has a little bit of trouble with it. She'll get the pass over into the middle. This one's stolen away. Number 12. I can't tell who that is because she is not on our roster. This is going to go back toward the other way. Number 12 dive into the ball there. I'm sorry, check that. It's actually Annalie Tapia is who that is. Bears will have the inbound coming up toward the Bobcat bench. Chucks it in toward the corner. Driving right side, picked up, stolen away by Tapia. That's going to go right on back on a pass. Skip over to the other side. That is going to go way out of bounds. This is going to go off of Carly George. And that is going to end up going back to the Bobcats. 3:20 to play in the third quarter. Inbound coming up here. This is, I want to say Sylvana DeVries picks up the dribble. Good pass there to Bears. She'll go left side, picks up the dribble again. And it's tipped. Bears is there trying to get there off of DeVries, trying to keep it in bounds. That one's going to go toward the scorer's table. I think this will probably stay right here with the Cats. Next time you'll see the A team in action will be on Thursday night against the Burlington Huskies, as Burlington makes the trip down to Thermopolis Down the left side, picks up the dribble and tries to hook it. That's going to be a foul. 2 shots coming up. By the way, Burlington is a team we're probably going to get a little bit familiar with this season, and we have a couple of broadcasts coming up for Shoshone that I believe are going to, also Shoshone and Matitsi, I think, that are going to feature Burlington. So be seeing a lot of that. We'll probably be sick of orange and black by the end of the season. Checking into the game here as the first shot is missed. Number 22, Nora Kaiser. Shot is up and banks it in. That was Eplin that took the shot there for the Cats. And we got a whistle down there up toward the volleyball court, trying to see what it's for. And I think it's going to be an offensive foul here. That's going to go back to Thermopolis as a result. 2:52 to play in the third quarter. Worland now charged with 2 fouls on the half here. Passes this one in. 2:50 to play in the third quarter of this A game. Tries to get by to the near side, and a foul. Looks like this will be a reach in on the Braves, and we do believe it was the 13 of Annalise Black. We did miss a score, though, for Worland, apparently, 42-12. So they're going to have Bailey Bears inbounding from the near side up toward Bleacher's side here. Passes it in up to the left side, up behind the timeline. It's tipped and stolen away. I don't think I agree with that inbound play call there. This one's stolen right back away, though, by Vargas underneath the basket. Good job so far by the Bobcats here, doing a lot better on the defensive end of the ball here in the second half. 2:30 to go. Bears will inbound from the near side, still Bobcat ball. Turnovers haven't changed, though. They need to clean those up like right now. Eplin on the pass there. That's going to be no good. Going back the other way under the basket, takes the shot. It's up and it's no good. Very good rebound for Vargas, though. The shot taken by Nora Kaiser. Down the right side, loses control of the ball and out of bounds, stays with the Bobcats. 2:12 to play in the third quarter. Bears set to inbound from the, from it doesn't really matter, the right end of the gym here. Out of bounds off of a Brave, and it will stay with the Bobcats. They'll inbound it from the near side, from the broadcast side corner here. Inbound, this is going to be taken by Vargas, and misses on the shot there, rebounded by the 35. This one's up, and that's going to be a shot. No good there as it misses wide right of the basket. Don't quite know what Eplin was thinking there. She was trying to get rid of it. Takes the shot. It's up. Cannot get the bank shot to go. Rebounded by the 35 of Jenny Daramidi, and they're going to go for a football pass here. That's not going to work. Traveling violation here on DeVries. And we've beaten this dead horse to way past dead here, but just a lot of offensive mental errors here that the Bobcats are making. They need to slow it down. I think they're going a little too quickly on offense. They need to slow it down and try and let their players get into their spots, because what they're doing is not working. Inbounds the ball up behind the timeline. Now they'll advance it up toward up top. Now up past the free throw line. Picks up the dribble. Hounded by 2 Bobcats. They're going to fight for it down there, as Ashlyn Torres and one other were down there. I'm trying to see who it was. I believe it might have been 21 of Eplin. Inbound coming up for the Braves. Gets it up underneath the basket. That was an easy shot, up and in. Harper Hart again on the score. She's just been unstoppable tonight for the Braves. Bring it up to the timeline here. Bailey Bears trying to get by someone who was about half a foot on her. Moving to the left side. Eplin picks up the dribble, almost had it stolen away. And it's tipped. That one is stolen away, and that's not going to be stoppable. Down the right side, overshoots it. Rebounded by the 23, up and in for Harper Hart again, 46-12. And Worland, I think, called a timeout, so they're going to be down to their last timeout if our count is correct. We're going to be right back from inside of Stutheit Gymnasium in just a second. 46-12, Worland on top. Thanks for looking back here inside of Worland Middle School. Third quarter about ready to resume, or at least what's left of it. There's about 2.5 seconds to go. It's not been a great game. Bobcats will be dealt with their first loss of the season, making them 2-1, or the A team at least will be 2-1. And not able to square up the half-court shot in time. That is going to conclude the third quarter. 6 more minutes to go here. We'll be right back in just a moment. A game resumes here in just a moment. Braves lead 42-12. You're watching middle school girls basketball on Two Basins Sports Network. The future of the Bobcats on the voice of the Bobcats. Fourth quarter about to start here in this 8th grade A game. We'd like to welcome you back here inside of Keith Stutheit Gymnasium, home of the Braves. And it's been the Braves defending their home territory here. Bobcats have just not had an answer for them today. 46-12, as you can see up there on our TBSN scoreboard. We still got the B game coming up after this. B game got demolished here, I believe, last year, so they'll be trying to get some revenge there on that end. But we're back 46-12, 6 minutes up on the board. Let's see if the Bobcats can get some pride points here. Gets the shot up and off the front of the rim. Vargas on the rebound. That one's up, no good. Vargas passing it up to the left side. Mabry Schwann up on the shot. That one's up, no good. Just completely powerless on that one. And now they're going to fight it right there outside the 8th grade volleyball line. It'll be a jump ball, and Worland will still keep the ball here. Passing it in, number 23 now, Harper Hart, who has been the player of the night so far. She's been doing absolutely fantastic. Big bulk of the points there for the Braves. Shot is up, and what is the call? I think they got them on a travel there. 46-12, so the basket will not count. Bobcats just need to worry about getting some of the basics here in this fourth quarter. They're not going to win this game that they can, and they're just going to lot. What the heck? And that's a 3 for the Bobcats. I think that was Schwann that got that one to go. The first 3 of the season for the Bobcats. Maybe Schwann should chuck it up more often. Not from that range, though. Down to the near side, and it looks like another penalty on the it's a hold on the or a reach in on the Bobcats. I said penalty. I don't know why I said that. I meant to say foul. 46-15 here. 31-point game for the Braves. Looking to inbound underneath the basket. Takes the shot. It's up and it's blocked. Rebounded up the left side. That one's up no good. Rebounded by Schwann. Good job there by the Bobcats as Annalise Black was the one there that shot it for the Braves. Mabry Schwann tries to put it up from beyond the arc. Doesn't get there, but she will get the steal. She'll have a run at the basket. Up the left. Shots up. Kick it to go. And Sydney Eplin unfortunately steps out of bounds on the rebound, but very good work there. A bit of an older floor. It's a little slippery, but tell you what, I'm going to need to make a stop at Blair's here in Worland and go into a sushi coma after this. This has not been the game that the Bobcats really would have wanted coming into this in a rivalry game. Shot is up and it's in. This is Wardina Ghostbear, I believe, with her first reps in this game. Near side, picks up the dribble, wants to shoot the three. Tries to pass it to Vargas, and it's going to be declared out of bounds on Worland. Last touched by the 13 of Annalise Black. So Thermopolis will have a inbound coming up on the near side of the court. I think they know who their number one shooter is going to have to be here. Annabelle Wire with it. She'll look to dribble up onto the right wing, back turn, picks up the dribble, now gives it back up to Schwann. Schwann on the move, gets up to the corner. This one's going to be up for two. That one's up and no good. That's another thing too. I feel like they need to work with these girls on shooting. You know, because I'm going to be frank. You know, this is not quite the same offense we saw last season. The A team last year was not afraid to put it up, but you know, this is kind of feels like basketball, like it feels like basketball in the 60s or early 70s. It's just a lot of paint stuff here. You know, not a lot of, and I know these are just middle schoolers and can't really expect that, but you know, I think the A team last year kind of spoiled us a little bit. Bounce pass inside here to Sylvana DeVries. 3:29 to play here in this A game. B game coming up right after this, right here on TBSN. That's going to go out of bounds off of a Brave, I think they're going to call it. So Eplin will have a chance to inbound here. 3:24 to go in this opening game. Eplin gives it up to Mabry Schwann, who's been trying her best. Shot is up and a foul. Two shots coming up, so she will draw the foul. So that is a bright side there for the Bobcats. They've been doing, I think their best thing all season has been drawing shooting fouls. They've gone to the line a few times here tonight. But that's kind of been their biggest strength, in my opinion, over the course of the season, has been drawing shooting fouls and getting those free throws. Shot is up and gets it to rattle in. This is Mabry Schwann at the line, by the way. By the way, it's 48. No, it is not. Okay, there we go. It is 48-16. We forgot to score Worland. I think we're just missing baskets here. Shot is up and it's in. I think I got basket-lepsy. Is that a thing? Because I'm obviously missing some scores here that Worland's made. That one's stolen away up the right side. Shot is up off the backboard. No good. Mabry Schwann bringing it down the near side as she got the backdoor pass. Takes a shot on the run. It's up, no good. Bobcats just throwing everything at the board. Figured why not. And the ball is loose, and it's going to be a tie-up down there on the 8th grade volleyball line. This one's going back to Worland. 2:56 to play in the fourth. David Villa with a play call up there on that far sideline. He has a little bit of history with the Bobcats. He used to be the head coach of the girls varsity team, but that was only a one-year stint before he came back here to Worland. He coaches middle school basketball here at the girls and boys level. We saw him coach the boys last year. Wire on the far side, looking to throw it in here to Sylvana. Shoots it. Should have just taken it herself there. She tried to give it to Nora Kaiser, but just overshot there. By the way, we had a small disconnection on our thing there. We apologize. I don't know what happened. Brings it up to the elbow. Shot is up. Cannot get it to bank in. Taking the rebound here is Vargas. She'll come down the right side. Now foul called on the floor. By the way, sorry, we had a couple people tap the bleachers. I made our camera freak out a little bit there. We apologize. Far side and out of bounds as it was intended there for Sylvana DeVries. This one's going to go back to the Braves. 48-17 your score. Bringing it up past the timeline. Passes it far side. That one's loose. And Annabelle Wire on the takeaway down the far side. Takes the shot right off the bat, and that's going to go right on back to the 13. And looks like Bobcats will call a timeout, so we're going to take a quick breather. 2 minutes to go here in the game. We'll be right back from inside of Stutheit Gymnasium on the campus of Worland Middle School. Welcome you back. I'm not really convinced that was a timeout now, I guess. Shot is up and it's no good. From our angle, it looked like it went in, but it went on to the right side. Now Schwann losing control of the ball, and it's going to be a tie-up down there. Nope. Ooh, hold on. Looks like a little bit of confusion down there. Referee was quick on the whistle, though. He ran to where the ball was there, and looks like it's going to be an inbound here for the Bobcats. 1:49 to go here in this ball game. Behind the baseline here, and this is going to be close up inside toward Mabry Schwann, out of bounds, and this was going back to Worland. Bobcats just have not had any success here against the Braves, and this worries me a little bit for the games later on in the season against Lander and Riverton. They also got to host Worland later on in November as well. Shot is up and gets it to go on the bank. Cha-ching. Time to deliver your Two Basins Sports Network player of the game as soon as this play settles down a little bit. Chucks it up on a hook shot. That one's up. Schwann keeps it in. And that's going to go back to Worland. Two Basins Sports Network player of the game. I'm going to give this one to Harper Hart of the Worland Braves. Honorable mentions for the Braves include Nora Kaiser and who else do I want to say? Carly George, I feel like, has also had a pretty good impact today for the Braves. But Harper Hart, your player of the game. Honorable mentions. Shot is up for the Braves, no good. And a rebound for Hart. That one cannot go there for the Braves. Honorable mentions today for the Bobcats include Annabelle Wire as well as Mabry Schwann and Sylvana DeVries. Peyton Vargas actually also had the team on her back there for a little bit as well. She was the bright spot in a lot of this here, but 43 seconds to go here. Well, might as well round up to 43.9 to go on the clock here. B game coming up right after this. Bringing it up past the timeline, uncontested, back turned. Ball is loose, picks it up, and they're going to call travel here. 34 seconds to go with no change to spare. And they'll bring this one up to the near sideline. Inbounding it will be Ghost Bear. Ghost Bear gets it up into the circle there. That's going to be up to the far side. Picks up the dribble. Eliana Michelson getting absolutely hounded there, and they're going to go down to the far side. Shot is up. Tried the reverse layup there, and that's going to be taken back by Vargas. 20 seconds to go here. Going around, up toward the wing, picks up the dribble. Now tries to float it up to Mabry Schwann. This one's taken away by Annalise Black, and now this one's stolen right back away. Loose ball up in mid-range. 5 seconds to play. Tries to roll it in behind her. That'll be a jump ball. 2.7 to go. Can only hope the B game will be a little bit better here for the Bobcats. The Braves just defending their house. The A team coming in and just demolishing them. 3, 2, 1, and won't even bother going for the full court as the Worland Braves knock off the Thermopolis Bobcats 50-17 here at the end of this A game. And we got B team action coming up for you right after this. Thermopolis Bobcats unfortunately fall here on the road to the Braves, and the A team will take on the Burlington Huskies on Thursday night. We got B game coming up for you right after this. I would say in the next 10 minutes or so, so just hang tight, and we'll be right back from Keith Stutheit Gymnasium on the campus of Worland Middle School. Final score of this A game, the Worland Braves 50, Thermopolis Bobcats 17. Well, folks, it looks like there's not going to be a B game. I could have sworn there was going to be. It was listed on the school website, but I guess not. So that's going to be it for our coverage here from Keith Stutheit Gymnasium. And once again, the final score was like 40, 50 or something. I forgot already. But of course, I guess this gives us an opportunity since we couldn't earlier. This game, we'd like to thank our sponsor, Kirby Consulting. If you'd like to join that list at the end of or on the logos here, then just send us an email at twobasins@sportsnetwork@gmail.com. Of course, the email is on the little scrolly thingy that was just popped up not long ago because we thought there was going to be a B game. Or you can also call or text us at 307-388-9203. Also, reaching out to us on Messenger, on Facebook Messenger, is a option as well. With that being said, sorry that I lied to you that there was going to be a B game. I thought for sure there was going to be, but that's okay. That is perfectly okay. We'll see you on Thursday night. The Burlington Huskies coming to Thermopolis for an ABC contest. So we'll be there for all 3 games. Of course, that'll be another home and away thing for the Bobcats. They got to take on the Burlington Huskies later on in the week. We also got a couple of other ones coming. We got a broadcast on behalf of the Shoshone Wranglers that's coming up within a matter of days as well. So I think it might be next week. So we'll be taking a trip south of the Boysen Reservoir for that as well. And of course, congratulations to the Worland Braves. They played absolutely hard today. Again, your player of the game today was Harper Hart of the Worland Braves. Just absolutely played her heart out today. Well, I'm very sorry that we don't have another game for you, but I guess that means I get to go get some sushi from Blair's here here in Worland a little sooner. So, with that being said, we're going to sign it off here. Thermopolis Bobcats fall by a little to a lot here in Worland. We'll see you on Thursday night from Donald T. Simpson Gymnasium in Thermopolis. Of course, until next time, please drive home safe and do not pet the buffalo. Worland Braves win here at home against the Bobcats.